पण ते कुठे आलं पीपीटी? कोणाचं? माझं का त्यांचं? हे ना सर, ह्याला उचलून खाली अजून हॅलो 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 गुड मॉर्निंग. Am I audible? Okay. What about my screen sharing? This one now. What is that? Okay. Great, great. Shall I wait for how many minutes? Shall I start? But what about remaining students? Or you don't know? Where is that presentation? पण आता मुलं ऍडमिट होत आहेत. Am I audible now? Hello? And what about this presentation PPT number 1? Is it visible? Okay, great, great. Chalo. Thank you. The record. Okay. Okay, now this is unit number 3, correct? Cost accounting. There are 5 units. First and second, I think Mrs. Wagmare is taking. Third is cost accounting. Fourth one is cost method, and fifth one is again costing methods and techniques. For unit number 3, 4 and 5, there is no need of the knowledge of accountancy. Even a non-commerce student can attempt the problem on cost sheet, the problems on unit number 4 and the problems on unit number 5. Only for unit number 1 and unit number 2, a student must know the basics of accounting, basics, rules and regulations, debit, credit, and balance sheet, trading P&L account. But for unit number 3, unit number 4, and unit number 5, even a non-commerce student, I repeat again, even a non-commerce student can solve the problems on unit number 2, unit number 3, unit number 4, and unit number 5. Now, in this unit number 3, I will discuss today on these 4 aspects. Am I audible, na? Hello? Yes, sir. Number 1, cost, meaning of cost accounting, meaning of costing. Then, again, I will discuss on objectives of cost accounting, importance of cost accounting, and finally advantages of cost accounting. Then secondary part will be again tomorrow or after this lecture, important terms in cost accounting, and third part is preparation of cost sheet and numerical sums on cost sheet. Now, what is cost, what is costing, and what is cost accounting? Friends, cost accounting is a branch of accounting and has been developed due to the limitations of financial accounting. Financial accounting is concerned with record keeping directly towards the preparation of financial accounts, that is trading account, P&L account and balance sheet. While cost accounting is a set of procedures used in refining raw data into usable information for taking some important management decision. As well as cost accounting can be used for the ascertainment of cost of products. Wait, simultaneously I have to admit the students. Okay. Now let us discuss the meaning of cost. Now what is cost? The term cost has a variety of meaning according to its purpose and conditions. It has a variety of meaning according to the purpose and conditions. In simple words, we can say that cost can be described as the total to all expenses incurred, whether paid or outstanding, in the production and sale of a product or in rendering a service. In another definition which is given in this PPT, cost is the amount of actual expenditure incurred on a given thing and a notional expenditure attributable to a given thing. Suppose if a company is producing one product, say TV or vehicle or any commodity, for the purpose of production or manufacturing of a product, whatever amount incurred to produce a particular product, a commodity, the actual expenditure as well as notional expenditure means the anticipated future expenses. So that term is called as a cost. So I repeat again, cost is the amount of actual expenditure incurred on a given thing and notional expenditure attributable to a given thing. That is the meaning of cost. While what is costing? Costing is the process of, 1 minute. Who is this? Yes, that's right. Costing is the process of determining the cost of doing action something. It also means the technique and process of ascertaining cost, and it studies the principles and rules for the determination of cost of products and services. So whatever technique and process that is used for calculation of cost or determination of cost, that process is called as a costing. It is also known as classifying, recording, and appropriate allocation of expenditure for the calculation of cost of product. For example, take an example of a cup of tea. To produce a cup of tea, material will be required, labor will be required, as well as other expenses will be required. Now, this is a technique, and that's why it is called as a costing. 1 minute. Ashwini. Okay, whereas what is cost accounting? Cost accounting is the application of accounting and costing principles, methods, and techniques in the ascertainment of cost and the comparison of actual cost with the standard cost. So cost accounting is the application of costing principles. So there are certain costing techniques, costing methods, costing procedure. That procedure to be adopted to know the amount of total cost. Okay, so there is a difference in, rather there is a difference between costing and cost accounting. Whereas there is another term called as cost accountancy. So cost accountancy is the science, art and practice of a cost accountant. Whereas Cost accounting is the establishment and application of costing principles. So that is the meaning of costing and cost accounting. Now let us discuss the objectives of cost accounting. Why cost accounting is compulsory? It is nowadays in for all manufacturing companies, for all trading companies, cost accounting is mandatory along with financial accounting. Now, what are the objectives of cost accounting? Number one, the basic primary objective of cost accounting is ascertainment of cost. What is ascertainment of cost? Means suppose to produce a cup of tea, how much amount is incurred in the form of direct material, say sugar or tea powder, direct labor for cooking purpose, cooking of a tea or coffee, whatever required labor cost, and direct expenses means gas or anything. So to know the total amount of cost, to find out that cost accounting is helpful. So the primary or main object of cost accounting is ascertainment of cost. So it becomes easy for the management to find out the cost of product, cost of job, cost of contract, cost of service. For example, in a market, in a tea stall, a cup of tea may be available at rupees 5 per cup, 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 25 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees. So why the cost differs? So to know the cost in advance, we have to adopt this system. So that is the primary object of cost accounting. Why the vehicle, say any four wheeler, is available in the market at a minimum cost of 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, why not at 50,000? So to find out the cost incurred, we have to adopt this system called as cost accounting. Another object of cost accounting is determination of selling price. The cost accounting is useful in determination of selling price. For example, a cup of tea is available in a tea stall at rupees 15. Why it is sold at 15 rupees? Why it is not sold at 20 rupees? Why it is not sold at 5 rupees or 2 rupees? So to fix the selling price, we have to adopt a technique, and that technique is called as cost accounting. Okay, so the first primary object of cost accounting is ascertainment of cost. Second object of cost accounting is to fix the selling price, to fix or to determine the selling price of a product or selling price of a product of a service. For example, a bread, sugar, milk, why it is sold at 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees? So the basic purpose of the object of cost account is to find out, to determine the selling price of a product. So that is the second objective of cost accounting. Another objective of cost accounting is cost control and cost reduction. This is the basic function of cost accounting. A basic function of cost accounting is to control the cost. To control cost means to minimize the cost. The objective is to minimize the cost of manufacturing, comparison of actual cost with the standard cost. So to minimize the cost, that is the basic purpose of cost accounting. And another objective of cost accounting is cost reduction, means to reduce the cost, to curtail the cost, to minimize the cost. This is another, or this is another objective of cost accounting. The fourth objective of cost accounting can be ascertaining the profit of each activity. What is ascertaining the profit of each activity? Means to find out the profit earned by each activity. Suppose in a company there are four departments: Department A, Department B, Department C, and Department D. Now suppose department is producing X product, department B is producing Y product, department C is producing say Z product. So to know the profit level of each department, each activity, cost accounting is very helpful. So the profit of any activity can be calculated with the help of cost accounting. The purpose is to know the profitability level of each department or each activity. Suppose these are the three departments: X department, A department, B department, and C department. They are producing X product, Y product, Z product. Suppose out of these three departments, department C is not making sufficient profit, then the management will take a decision to shut down the activities of C department, rather Z product. So the purpose of cost accounting is to find out the profit of each activity, the profitability level of each activity. Another objective of cost accounting is, which is very important, assisting management in taking important decisions. Assisting management in decision making. Decision making means a process of selecting a course of action out of two or more alternatives. So while selecting these alternatives, cost accounting provides very useful information. Suppose it is decided by the company that a new product to be launched in Pune city. Now there are two alternatives. Number one, whether the product to be launched, and second one is whether the product not to be launched. Yes or no. So while taking yes or no decision, the cost accounting provides some important useful information to the management, whether while taking a decision whether to produce a particular product or not to produce a particular product. So cost accounting are useful to the management in taking important decisions like production of a product or discontinuation of a product, utilization of idle capacity. Suppose the total capacity of the company is to produce 1000 units, and currently company is producing only at 700 units, so 300 units are idle units, idle capacity. So whether to utilize that idle capacity or not, for that purpose the cost accounting gives important information to the management to take this decision. Alternative based on key factor: export decision, whether the product to be exported or not. And another decision can be taken by the management on the basis of cost accounting, whether to make a product or whether to buy a product. So for taking such important decision, management can use the information and data provided by cost accounting. So I repeat again, the primary object of cost accounting is calculation of cost, rather ascertainment of cost. Second objective is to determine or to fix the selling price. Third objective is to control the cost and to minimize the cost, that is cost control and cost reduction. Fourth one is ascertainment of the profitability level of each and every activity or department, to provide and assist management some important costing information and data while taking important management decisions. So these are the objectives of cost accounting. Another objective is this cost accounting information can be used for the preparation of financial statements like trading account, P&L account, and balance sheet. So you can compare the this cost with actual cost. Okay, so these are the objectives of cost accounting. Am I audible na? Hello? Okay, now the next part is importance of cost accounting. So first of all, I took the basic part of meaning of cost, meaning of costing, meaning of cost accounting, then objectives of cost accounting. Now, why cost accounting is useful to the organization? Why? What is the importance of cost accounting? So, these are the importance of cost accounting to the business undertaking or to the business concern. Number one, to control of material cost. Cost accounting is useful to control the cost of material which is used while producing a particular product or particular commodity. So cost of material usually constitute a substantial portion of the total cost of a product. Therefore, it is necessary to control the cost of material. Another importance of cost accounting is to control the labor cost. It can be controlled if the workers complete their work within the standard time, and also by reducing the labor turnover and idle time. What is standard time? Suppose if the target is given by the company or by the management to the workers to complete a job or to complete that particular activity within 2 hours or within 3 hours, so 2 hours and 3 hours is the standard time decided by the organization or decided by the company. So management can control if workers are completing their work within the standard time. If the worker is completing the work within the standard time, they will be rewarded, incentives will be given. And if the worker is not completing the work within the standard time, they will be punished, or rather, their wages or salary will be reduced or minimized. So, that is another important aspect of cost accounting. Third point is control of overheads, means to control all indirect expenses which are incurred in the factory, which are incurred in the office department, which are incurred in the sales department. So to control and to minimize these overheads in the factory, in the office, and in the sales department, cost accounting is very useful. Cost accounting also helps in measuring the efficiency of each and every activity. For measurement of efficiency, cost accounting department should provide information about the standard and actual performance of that department or actual performance of that activity. For example, if the target is given to complete the job within 2 hours, so this is the standard time. And if the worker they are completing this target within 1.5 hours, so this is the actual performance. So standard time and actual time. Standard time decided by the organization is 2 hours. Actual time taken by the worker is 1.5 hours. So company can make a comparison between standard time fixed by the company to produce a product and actual time taken by the workers to produce a product. In this way, company can measure the efficiency of the department, efficiency of the workers and all that. Right? Another important aspect of cost accounting is determination. What is determination? Cost accounts should provide information and data that enables the management to fix the selling price of various items or products and services in different circumstances. It means that to decide and to fix the selling price of a product, cost accounting is very, very useful. For example, a cold drink bottle of 300 ml is available in the market, say at rupees 10 or 15. 300 ml cold drink bottle, Coca Cola, Thumbs Up, or any other cold drink that is available in the market, for example, at rupees 10 or 15. Why it is available at 10 or 15? So, to decide the selling price of a product, to determine the product price of that particular product or service, cost accounting is provides very useful information to the management. Another important aspect of cost accounting is cost accounting can also provide information which may enable reduction of overheads, that is curtailment of loss, and this by utilizing idle time during the off season and all that. So company can minimize the loss in case of any non availability of material, non availability of power, or in case of non seasonal products and all that. Another important aspect is expansion. Cost accounts may provide estimates of production of various levels, on the basis of which the management may take a important decision whether to expand the business or not. Such important decision can be taken by the management on the basis of the information and data provided by cost accounting department. And last one is arriving at a decision. Most of the decisions in the business undertaking includes correct statements of the likely effect on the profits. Cost accounts are of vital help in this respect. So to take and to arrive at a proper decision, we have to take the help from the information which is provided by the costing department. So these are the importance of cost accounting. I repeat again: control of labor cost, control of material cost, control of overheads, measuring the efficiency, then price determination, expansion, arriving at decisions. So these are the these things will give the importance of cost accounting. And finally, we will discuss the advantages of cost accounting. Now, what are the advantages of the cost accounting? These advantages can be classified into 4 or 5 points: advantages or merits or benefits of cost accounting. Advantages to the management, advantages to the employees, advantages to the creditors, advantages to the public, to the common man, and advantages to the government. So now let us focus on the advantages to the management. Now, cost accounting is very much, rather, it is very useful to the management. In what sense? Number one, it facilitates decision making. Cost accounting provides necessary data along with information regarding individual product, individual department, division, and these information will help the management to take decisions on any matter relating to the business. Cost accounting is also useful to the management in measuring efficiency. Just I explained previously, suppose the standard time to produce a product is 2 hours, and the workers are completing their job in 1.5 hours. So in this manner, company or the management can measure the efficiency of each and every activity, the efficiency of each and every department, the efficiency of each and every worker. So management can measure the efficiency of each activity. Cost reduction is another important aspect, advantages to the management. It is useful to management in reduction of cost through the techniques which may be applied by the management. Okay, another point which can be considered as beneficial or advantageous to the management is fixation of selling price. Again, this is a repetition. To decide to fix the selling price of product, company or the management can use the information or data provided by the organization to improve the efficiency. Under cost accounting system, because of use of proper inventory control or labor utilization, company can improve the efficiency. So these are the points that the helpful to the management. So these are the advantages to the management. I repeat again, how cost accounting is helpful to the management in the, it is helpful to the management in the form of taking important decisions. It is helpful to the management in measuring the efficiency of the worker or each activity. It is useful to the management to reduce the cost of a product. It is also useful to the management to fix the selling price, and it is also useful to the management to control the cost, as well as it is also useful to the management to improve the efficiency of the department or activity. So that is the first part, advantages to the management. Now, what are the advantages from the viewpoint of employees? Advantages to the employees. Now, on the basis of cost accounting, management can implement and fix sound wage policy. Cost accounting introduces incentive schemes, bonus plans to fix the sound wage policy of the company or organization. So cost data provides the management in designing a suitable wage policy, suitable salary policy to the workers as well as to the staff. So it is beneficial to the employees. Then, to get a higher bonus, cost accounting also provides valuable information to implement higher bonus plan. Cost accounting provides to increase in productivity, lowering the cost of product and increases the profitability. This will turn into giving a bonus to the workers. Then rewards will be given to the higher efficient workers through incentive schemes. I repeat, reward will be given to the higher efficiency through incentive schemes. Suppose the target is given to complete a job within 2 hours, whereas the performance is within 1.5 hours. So the worker saved 30 minutes, half an hour of the company. So the special reward will be given to the workers who are completing their job or work within standard time or before the standard time. Then it is also helpful to the employees in the security of a job. Employees can get better remuneration and security of job due to the increasing prosperity of the industries. So these are some of the advantages to the employees. I repeat again, sound wage policy, bonus plan, reward to the higher efficiency through incentive schemes, and security of a job. These are the advantages to the employees. Now, what are the advantages to the creditors? Now, what is creditor? Creditors means the person or parties who supplies the raw material to the organization on credit basis, or the bankers investors who provided money or funds to the organization. So, from their point of view, also, cost accounting provides some important information. Bankers, investors, creditors can have a better understanding of the organization as regard to the improvement and prosperity before they offer any financial lending. Now, what are the advantages to the public? The advantages to the public is the customer or the public will get a fair price for the product. The customer has to pay a fair price for the product. It also creates more employment opportunities and it removes all types of wastages. These are the advantages to the public. And finally, what are the advantages to the government? The main advantages to the advantage or benefit or merit to the government is collection of taxation, sales tax or VAT or any other tax. Government will collect these taxes on the basis of cost accounting or on the basis of data and information provided by the costing department. So government will get revenue in the form of import, in the form of export, in the form of any taxation. So these are the advantages to the government. So I repeat again, the cost accounting advantages or merits can be classified into five categories: advantages to the management, advantages to the employees, advantages to the creditors, advantages to the public, and advantages to the government. I repeat again, in the initial, we discussed the meaning of cost, costing, and cost accounting. Then we discuss the objectives of cost accounting. Then I discuss the importance of cost accounting and finally advantages of cost accounting. Please remember that for unit number 3, unit number 4 and unit number 5, even a non-commerce student can attempt, can solve the numerical sums on cost accounting. There is no need to remember the accounting rules, regulations, and all that. Now, the main part is classification of cost. How the costs are classified? The different types of cost. Classification of cost is the process of grouping cost according to their common characteristics. I repeat, cost classification is the process of grouping cost according to their common characteristics. So this classification will be made on the basis of nature, on the basis of function, on the basis of relation, on the basis of variation, on the basis of controllability, on the basis of normality, on the basis of planning and control, and finally on the basis of managerial decisions. Now we will focus on classification on the basis of nature or element, and these natures or elements are divided into three parts. Number one, material, labor, and expenses. Classification of cost on the basis of nature or element can be classified into three parts: material, labor, and expenses. Now, what is material, what is labor, and what is expenses? The material which is required to produce a product. Without this material, you cannot produce a particular commodity. Take an example of a Furniture, for the production or to manufacture a chair or table, the direct material will be, what will be the direct material to produce a chair or to produce a furniture? Yes, anyone? Hello, am I audible? So what is the direct material? What can you give me example to produce a furniture? Sorry. Yes, cost of wood. Cost of wood is the direct material. To produce a shirt or trouser or pant, the cost of material, rather the material will be, what will be the material? Cotton, right? So, so material, labor, and expenses. These are the three parts which are essential to produce a particular product. Without material, for I will give one example of, say, to make a coffee. What will be the direct material? To produce a cup of coffee, the direct material will be milk and coffee powder. Without these two things, we cannot cook a coffee, right? Labor will be, for cooking purpose, human activities are must. So that cost is called as labor cost, or labor involved in manufacturing or producing a particular product without taking the help of machinery. If the cup of coffee is produced by a human being, then the cost of human being will be called as labor. And what is expenses? To cook a cup of coffee, electricity will be required, or gas will be required, or any other power will be required. That will be the expenses. So without these three components, we cannot produce a cup of tea, or we cannot produce a cup of coffee. So material, labor, and expenses are the examples of cost on the basis of nature or on the basis of element. These materials again classified into two parts: direct material and indirect material, direct labor and indirect labor, and direct expenses and indirect expenses. I will discuss these points later on because there is a separate unit on elements of cost, right? Another classification of cost which is based on function, which is based on, I repeat, on the basis of functions, we can classify the cost. Now, which are the functions, or which are the cost on the basis of functions? Number one, production cost. Number two, administration cost. Number three, selling cost. And number four, distribution cost. What is production cost? Production cost is the cost of sequence of operations which begins with applying material, labor, and expenses. It is also called as manufacturing or factory cost. Production cost is also called as, sorry, manufacturing cost or factory cost. And this cost is incurred in converting the raw material into finished product. Then what is administration cost? Administration cost is the cost of formulating the policy, directing the organization, and controlling the operations of an undertaking. And this cost is not related directly to the production. It is an indirect cost. Whatever cost incurred for smooth functioning of office and administration of the organization, that cost is called as administration cost. The third category is selling cost. Selling cost is the cost of seeking to create and stimulate the demand, and of securing the orders. Whatever amount incurred to sell the product, that amount is called as, that cost is called as selling cost. For example, publicity cost, advertisement cost, packing, packaging, or campaign, cost of campaign, all these are covered in selling cost. And finally, distribution cost. What is distribution cost? The amount or cost incurred while distributing the product to the customer. The cost incurred for dispatch and sale of the product to the customer, that cost is called as distribution cost. So according to function, the cost can be classified into four parts: production cost, administration cost, selling cost, and distribution cost. So I think today I will stop up to the first 2 points: classification of cost according to nature and classification of cost according to function. Remaining points I will discuss in the next lecture. Okay. So I repeat again, in this today's session I covered the meaning of cost, meaning of costing, meaning of cost accounting, importance of cost accounting, advantages of cost accounting, and objectives of cost accounting. And finally, just in the last 5 minutes, I covered classification of cost, the first two parts: classification of cost on the basis of nature or element, and classification of cost on the basis of function. Remaining classification and further part we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay? Hello? Hello? Shall I stop now? Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.